Law or Yamato? Awakened Devil Fruit or Advanced Conquerors? Elite Paramecia or Elite Zoan? These two characters, in my opinion, are extremely close in power, which is why today's power scaling video is going to be a tough one. We're pitting these two up against one another and finding out who is superior. And we're going to do this by breaking it down into strength, speed, endurance, durability, devil fruit, haki, and skill. And once we're done that, I'll go into a detailed breakdown on how exactly I would see the fight going between them, as well as who would win and at what difficulty. Side note here guys, this is going to be both of these characters in their most current states, which is as recent as chapter 1069 right now. This is going to be a tough one, so let's get into it. So starting off with strength. Strength, we haven't seen too many strength feats from Law. I think strength is one of his weaker sides, to be fair. He excels in other categories where strength is not one of his strongest suits. But with Yamato on the other hand, being a mythical Zoan, having the natural strength ability that comes with that, we see her clashing toe-to-toe, club-to-club with Kaido. I think Yamato has shown us enough strength feats here to put her decently above Law in this specific category. So strength goes to Yamato. Speed, with speed, both characters have shown us great speed feats. Starting off with Yamato, Yamato's introduction was her blitzing Tobiropo. That already in itself is a fantastic speed feat to be able to blitz a Tobiropo, to blitz ulti the way she did with the Thunder Bagua. And we know with Thunder Bagua, it already requires significant speed to be able to pull off that attack. So Yamato, as we see here, is not lacking in speed. However, when you put her up against Law, with Law's teleports, because you have to include his Devil Fruit and his teleportation, his speed is pretty much as fast as he needs to be. Wherever he needs to be, when he needs to be there, he can get there. And even without his Devil Fruit, I think Law's speed, he's shown us enough speed feats to put him above Yamato here. So Law is going to take speed over Yamato for me. So if you guys are liking the video so far, why not go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps me go a long way in making these videos. So please subscribe. And now we're going to move on to endurance. And I think with endurance, the best examples that we can pull from each character has got to be their fights against the respected Yonkos that they fought. With Yamato fighting Kaido and with Law fighting Big Mom along with Kid. And with Yamato fighting Kaido, I think this is without a doubt the best endurance we have seen from her, where by the end of that fight, after already taking some attacks, she is getting pounded. Kaido's club smashing up against her head, destroying her, hitting her over and over on the ground, and she's taking these attacks. Although they are definitely hurting her, she was alive and she was not even unconscious by the end of it. So that already is a fantastic endurance feat from Yamato, considering this is Kaido we're talking about here. But with Law, we saw just as great endurance feats up against Big Mom, where him and Kid were, in my opinion, each taking more attacks from Big Mom than Yamato was from Kaido. And they were taking attack after attack after attack. And even though they were showing signs of weakness, signs of damage, of vulnerability, their endurance allowed them to push forward and to push forward. And that's why they ended up beating Big Mom to begin with. So, and if not only that, but if anyone's endurance shined brighter, I would say it was Law's, even over Kid's. So although it is a close one, I have to say I have Law taking endurance over Yamato. Durability, Yamato, easy, without a doubt. Mythical Zoan, we know the boost in durability that comes with that, but not just that, the feats that we have seen from her up against Kaido, all of the damage that she's taken when she goes into her Zoan form. And with Law, we haven't really seen any great durability feats. Law usually will take the damage and will rely on his endurance, the same as like a Zoro, for example. Whereas Yamato has fantastic durability she can rely on more so than endurance. With all Zoans, whether ancient Zoans, mythical Zoans, all Zoans rely on their durability. It gives them a significant durability boost. And Yamato has this, and she has fantastic durability, so I have to give it to her over Law. Next up is Devil Fruit, and on one hand, we have a mythical Zoan, the rarest, absolute rarest form of Devil Fruit you could possibly imagine in the series. On the other hand, you have Law's Fruit. And although Law's Fruit is a Paramecia, probably the most basic type, in my opinion, it is without a doubt not just the best Paramecia, but the best Devil Fruit in the entire series. The versatility of his Devil Fruit, where it can be used for attacking, for defending, most of all for supporting, for teleportation, for non-combat scenarios. Such variety in his Devil Fruit, and it was basically his Devil Fruit that allowed him to defeat Big Mom. And take this aside, even if you compare both of them, Law has awakened his Devil Fruit, whereas we haven't seen that, or haven't seen any confirmation of an awakening from Yamato. So I think Law has the better Devil Fruit, also has a better usage of his Devil Fruit, where he is the better user overall. So Law, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, takes Devil Fruit for me. And just as Law takes Devil Fruit, I believe Yamato easily takes Haki here. One word, two words, Advanced Conquerors. And until we see Advanced Conquerors from Law, Yamato's gonna have to take this. And that's fair because, as we know, characters such as Law and Kid rely more on their awakenings and their Devil Fruits to get on that elite level, whereas characters like Zoro and Yamato rely on that advanced form of Conqueror's Haki to boost them to match that same level. So even though he has a better Devil Fruit and better Devil Fruit usage than Yamato makes up for it, and more so with her advanced Conqueror's Haki. And like Kaido said, at the end of the day, Haki is everything. So Yamato takes Haki. And now we move on to the final part, skill. And skill here is really unfair because we haven't seen too much from Yamato, in my opinion. We've seen her fight, but we haven't seen her do more than her basic abilities. We haven't really seen her versatility. How far can she go? Whereas Law, we've seen him pull all kinds of stuff out of the bag, where he just keeps pulling out different tricks. In my opinion, Law is one of the most versatile characters in combat in the entire series. And it's not just that he's so versatile, it's he keeps increasing that versatility. Every time we see him, we see new things. And not just like a different attack, but a completely different, something entirely different, where all of a sudden now he can negate sound. That's not just like a new King Kong version. That's like a whole different thing entirely. And so this allows Law's versatility to just increase to beyond natural levels. And you could make the argument that Yamato is a more skilled fighter. She's a more skilled warrior, quote unquote. And I would make that argument. However, I think Law more than makes up for this with his elite battle IQ and the way in which he's able to use his fruit. He's able to use it in a way that increases his skill to such high levels. So skill, it is a close one. It's definitely a close one, but I have to give this to Trafalgar Law. Law takes skill. So now, how do I see the fight going between Law and Yamato? This is actually a very interesting one because I don't really see anyone getting the better of the other or dominating early on in the fight, like most fights, because their abilities match evenly, in my opinion. Although different, match evenly, very evenly. And Yamato's Thunder Bagua, if she can connect to Thunder Bagua earlier on, she can damage Law significantly enough that she can have the advantage for the majority of the fight. But can she hit him with the Thunder Bagua? We saw Kaido hit it, but even Kaido was barely able to hit it, in my opinion. Law is very quick, he's very reactionary, and if he's able to use his Devil Fruit in full range, he might actually be the one to blitz Yamato. Although he does not have the attack potency of a Yamato, he might actually blitz her. So who gets the better of who here? It's hard to say early on in the fight, and because of this, I think it's going to rely on endurance. Majority of the fight will rely on who has better endurance, and like I said early on in the video, I believe Law has better endurance. So I think he might get the better throughout the majority of the fight ever so slightly. However, I don't think anything in Law's arsenal can take down Yamato besides a Puncture Willy. Whereas Yamato can coat any of her regular attacks with Advanced Conqueror's Haki, and that makes a very, very big difference. So then the question comes down to this. Can Yamato hit Law with enough Advanced Conqueror's Haki attacks to take him down before he can land a Puncture Willy? Because I don't think she's surviving a Puncture Willy at all. If he hits a Puncture Willy, it is game over. So can she hit enough attacks? And in my opinion, she can get in enough Advanced Conqueror's Haki attacks. With her speed, with her durability, being able to tank his lighter attacks, she will be healthy enough to hit those Advanced Conqueror's Haki attacks on him. She probably can blitz him with some Thunder Baguas and take him down with these attacks. But if he does get a Puncture Willy, it is game over. But personally, I don't see him getting this in before he gets hit with a couple of Conqueror's Haki attacks. And like we saw with King, with even better, way better durability than Law, he was only able to handle a handful of Conqueror's Haki attacks before it was game over. So Yamato, for me, beats Law. At what difficulty? Extreme difficulty. Nothing less than extreme difficulty, but I think the Advanced Conqueror's Haki is just a boost that she needs to be able to take down Law. It's gonna give her that edge to win this fight. So I believe Yamato wins this fight, although it will be a very, very difficult fight. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then you will definitely enjoy my video breaking down Law versus Kid one-on-one, how that fight would go and who would win. Breaking it down exactly like I did this video. So I'll go ahead and I'll leave that video here for you guys. Go ahead and watch that one. I'll see you guys over there. Thanks for watching. Natureboy out.